Okay, we're going to try this. First deck profile. I'm playing a Blackluster Soldier kind of Chaos variant. Obviously, going to run a Blackluster Soldier in the deck. Sort of one of the points of it. Feel 2 effect veilers are enough. They offer you a quick light in the graveyard. Nice little tuner if you need to synchro. They can put a little control, you never really want to have it, but with the rest of the deck, I feel 2 is enough. Honest, again, obvious good choice, playing a few light monsters. Nice to be able to just drop him randomly on BLS. 1900 defense is useful. Level 4 gets you your exceeds or any synchros you want, kind of as you need. The way I went, I'm playing Sacred Crane. I feel, again, 1 is enough of him. I like this variant. It's a 1600 attack monster, which comes useful later on when you see I'm playing the Black Garden variant. So he's an extra target for that, and you can really abuse the power with the rest of the cards in the deck. Right now I'm running 2 DD Warrior Ladies. Not my first choice. I was kind of iffy on it. I wanted to play Banisher of the Radiance. I side deck those. Again, it's a 1600 attack, so it's a good target for the Garden. But DD Warrior Lady can clear out some monsters that would otherwise be problems for the deck. If you have any suggestions for better light monsters that are pretty versatile, I am open to ideas replacing those 2 cards. The 2 Cyber Dragons, I was on the fence about putting in. They seem to work out pretty well. They're level 5, so they open up the synchros really well. I don't play any rank 5 exceeds, there's no space in the extra deck, but having that 21 power to just hit them and then use the Kaikus that I'm running later on in the deck is very helpful. Just a lot of options with the Cyber Dragon for the good main decked side tech. It is just amazing. Chaos Sorcerer, since I'm playing a light dark variant, I feel 2 is enough. You're not going to end up with dead hands. You're going to have good synchro fodder, decent dark to remove for Allure, since obviously I'm going to be playing that. He's just, he's a nice heavy hitter to come in when they're expecting BLS. Put Chaos Sorcerer, Force Warnings or Solemn Judgments, kind of bluff them out on other cards, and you can just really screw them up with that. Obviously, in a good light dark deck right now, and any deck that can do it, Tour Guide. She lost a lot of her potential hype with the Sangan ruling change, but the idea of still putting out a Sangan from the deck onto the field is powerful. And just thinning the deck by that 2 cards to make an instant Leviathan or Leviair for the advantage that those can generate is devastating. Obviously, since I'm playing the Tour Guides, a light deck variant, and any deck this format, I'm going to run Sangan. He searches out Honest, searches out Veiler, searches out Tour Guide, searches out the Summoner Monk that I play, the Plague Spreader Zombie, the Armageddon Knight, the DD Warrior Lady. He's just an answer for everything, and he can crash with a Cerebral since Fableds are seeing play, kill himself to something small to take some damage, get yourself your Honest, have your Cyber Dragon or your BLS be that much more powerful. He's level 3, so he makes those rank 3s nice. He's just good. Gorz, another little guy that's powerful this format, it seems, as everyone's playing Heavy Storms and MSTs, clearing out your back rows. They go in for the game. They're going to clear you out to go do it. Gorz is going to see a lot more open plays than he did last format, and he was powerful last format. Playing a deck that plays Summoner Monk with Black Garden, I'd be an idiot not to play Plague Spreader, especially since there's the Armageddon Knight in it, and the deck has a lot of synchro potential. And playing the Tour Guides opens up Leviair, so the potential to just spam Plague Spreader Zombie is ridiculous. 3 Kaiku the Ghost Destroyers. Needed a nice dark monster that was a good beat stick and had some power behind it. Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer. You're going to stop your opponent from putting out their Blackluster Soldier. You're going to stop your opponent from laying out their Chaos Sorcerer. They're going to have a tough time putting Judgment Dragon on the field when you're ripping Light Swords out of the grave. They can't use their Vayu. Hyperion has to come out from a monster on the hand or in the field, taking away some of the power he has. He can't use his effects. They're more likely to swing into a Sakuretsu Armor, a Mirror Force. Bottomless Trap Hole can hit him. All cards that normally wouldn't do anything to him, he's now open to because he can't remove a light monster from the grave to pop monsters on the field. So that gives Kaiku a bit of an edge there. Dark Arm's the same thing. If they manage to get 3 darks in the yard with him ripping things out and controlling it, they can't use his effect, so Dark Arm's kind of just a big monster at that point. Necrogardna is useless. The idea of, hey, you managed to put a Bestiary in grave, but I stopped you from contact fusing in whatever way. Awesome, let's take away that Bestiary in the yard. And again, 1800, just that's powerful. The Armageddon Knights, they can put that Plague Spreader in the yard. They combo really well with Black Garden. You go activate Black Garden, normal summon Armageddon Knight, Your opponent gets 1 plant token, and then... Alright, sorry, brief interruption here. As I said earlier, when I did my first trade binder, I got a little bit of a runny nose going on, and I'm up in Minnesota, so there's a lot of family things happening. Just taking a little break to come do some cards. But you activate the Black Garden, summon an Armageddon Knight. His attack is cut down to 700, which is fine. He's not going to be here for a very long time anyways. Your opponent then gets a plant token at 800 attack. Armageddon Knight's effect is going to go ahead and put Summoner Monk in the graveyard. Summoner Monk at 800 attack is beautiful. You go activate Black Garden's effect, destroy that token, bring up Summoner Monk, because he is an 800 attack monster, so his attack is equal to all of the plant monsters on table. That's really useful at this point because you have an instant rank 4. You can go instant Utopia, instant Steel Swarm Roach if you want to. You have the option at this point also, if you're playing it the way I'm playing it, there's plenty of spell cards you can just throw away. You just take your Monk, pitch one of those spells, bring up Crane, and draw a card. Now you have a Light and Dark in the graveyard, 3 level 4s, so we're making number 10 Illuminite as soon as those tins come out. Or we can go ahead and make Utopia using the Knight and the Crane, or the Knight and the Monk. Since the Crane can't attack this turn due to Summoner Monk's effect, it's a good option, but it is also the biggest attack monster on table, so he's a good option to leave on the field. But the Monk, if you leave him on the table, he's a quick way to keep spamming his effect. I mean, if you have the Crane somewhere already used, go ahead and use the Monk, bring up Armageddon Knight, pitch Plague Spreader Zombie at that point, and stack, make a nice level rank 4 and a level 6 Bryonic or Flameville or Quasi as I play over the Gaia Knight. But Armageddon Knight just opens up a lot of combos with the deck. And he's, I think, a very good option with it. I mean, obviously you saw and heard me say I'm playing the Summoner Monks. As you saw there, the 800 attack points. Sorry, my phone's not the best quality. I'm going to work on that and get a better camera here. But 800 attack point, level 4 Dark Monster. Abuses the high spell count of the deck. That offers a lot of recovery and just on-the-go beatdown for the deck. And that is the monster count, plenty of lights, plenty of darks, all of them kind of working towards one purpose of getting advantage and putting out big monsters. Obviously, these are staples, I feel, this format of normal spells. You're crazy if you don't play these 3 already. Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm. 3 powerful cards that rotate in and out of the ban list, apparently. These 2 have been off for a while, enjoying it. Heavy Storm had one format off. Format or 2, I don't even remember. It's been so long, I miss it. Glad it's back. Mind Control. This format, you're going to take their monster, you're going to either exceed, synchro, send it. You're going to do something with their monster, swing for game because it's out of the way. Mind Control is just going to help you win whatever the situation this entire format. So I feel it needs to be in every deck. Foolish Burial. Quick way to get Plague Spreader Zombie or Sacred Crane to the graveyard. Summoner Monk if you have the Garden, but no Armageddon Knight, but still a monster to put on table. Foolish Burial, just there, another card to pitch with the Monk to help generate advantage. I feel it's useful. Older Darkness, I mean, draw 2, remove a dark. You play the Leviers in the extra deck, so you're not caring which dark gets removed. You're generating advantage. I feel 3 gold Sarcophagus. Since the Summon Tour Guide goes Sarco for a BLS, wait 2 turns, you have Soldier, you're going to win. Take the Heavy Storm if you're playing against other decks. Again, remove Crane, summon Tour Guide, bring up Tour Guide, bring back Crane, draw a card. You're generating instant advantage right there. Not the best play, but if you need to, that's just helpful. A good card to discard for the Monk if you need to. 2 MSTs, staples again. It's up to 3. I think 3 is overkill with Heavy Storm and Bryonic running around and Trishula. I mean, everybody's going back row light already due to the MST being at 3 and Heavy Storm back. I feel 2 covers all your bases. If I feel the need, I would go up to the 3rd just to take care of Starlight Roads or annoying back rows, and it wouldn't be a problem. Again, it's an easy discard for the Monk if they're not setting anything. Still, it stops their Synchro, it stops their Exceed. You're not going to hurt a Contact Fusion, but I mean, you're going to take away a lot of power. I mean, a GB deck attacks, you're like, ha, that sucks to be you. I mean, they go Wabaku, book their attacking monster, book your attacking monster, and then get your monster off the field while you still can. The Garden, I think 2 is enough. It's a good card. It helps with the deck's focus. It's really good just a random, like, your opponent isn't ready for it. I mean, everyone's basing their deck on, hey, my monsters are big. They're going to get the job done. I'm saying, no, your monster's not big. It's going to be little. I'm going to randomly pop things, and then I'm going to put out Cyber Dragon. How does that feel? Or even, I'm going to put out a Cyber Dragon, I'm going to drop this, I'll swing over your guy. Your monster has to have a base 4200 attack to get over my Cyber Dragon, not using an effect. And that's assuming I don't have an effect failure in hand. So, I mean, there's all sorts of power that card can generate. Solemn Judgment, it's a good card. There's nothing to say about it. It's counter trap, stops everything you want it to stop. I don't play Solemn Warnings. I don't have any. Not really in the market to get any. It's a good card. There's just a lot of other things that could be better right now, in my opinion. Mirror Force is one of those cards. You don't have to stop their summon. If their summon can't do much, Browner's going to come out and get effect failure. He's not going to spin my Mirror Force. Like I said with the Kaiku, what's Dark Arm going to do? He can't pop this. Hyperion's not going to take care of this. Judgment Dragon's not going to touch the table. I'm not worried about it. They're going to have to attack me. And Mirror Force is going to say, what's up? Torrential Tribute, just a good... I'm setting Crane, I'm setting Plague, I'm putting out Monk, I'm getting Armageddon Knight on table, I've got all these plant tokens that I need to kind of control. I'm just going to take care of the problem right there. Like, hey, Torrential Tribute, we're a clean field, start over. I'm going to go on the assault with Warrior Lady or Kaiku and start beating out your plant tokens. Bottomless Trap Hole, when the garden's not there, they feel safe. They're like, oh, I finally cleared out your bottom... you got this set and a garden app. They have an MST. They're going to hit the garden. They don't want that garden there. So they're going to go, okay, I summon. I'm like, you didn't get a summon. I'm taking care of it. Your monster's not touching the field. So if they're able to get a big monster on field, I'm telling them, no, you won't have anything touching my field. It's my field. You're not allowed on this. I would like to get for this deck Deep Prisons. I don't know exactly what I would take out. I would probably lean towards the Torrential Tribute. Maybe cut out one Armageddon Knight. Maybe cut out one of the Chaos Sorcerers. My side deck is very interesting right now. I don't like it. I'm very open to suggestions on this. I do the one Starlight Road, obviously with Heavy Storm back, and again, Torrential Tribute, Mirror Force all seeing more play, Judgment Dragon at 3. You've got all sorts of cards that are going to be destroying multiple things. Gladiator Beasts see a lot of play this format, in my opinion. So Starlight Road is going to be very helpful in clearing out a lot of those answers with the negating and bringing up Stardust. Kinetic Soldier, even though Samurais are mostly gone, Elemental Heroes are seeing a whole new rise. He's going to be helpful. I mean, just that set him, he's 38 defender. You didn't kill their 0, but you damaged them, and you kept a monster on field. And a level 3 monster at that. So you can make your Leviair or your Leviathan Dragon really quick. Against a 0, don't make a Leviathan Dragon, that's just retarded. But you've got a nice level 3 for your Exceeds. And he can clear out a lot of heroes stun. I would like to get at least one more Thunder King Ryo for the extra deck. A good light monster. I'm thinking if I can get at least one more, I'll trade out the DD Warrior Ladies for these. And this guy is just going to stop Commandant from bringing up the Necro Valley. He's going to stop those Malefic decks from getting out anything, because you're not going to add your field spell to hand. You're not using Malefic World. You're stuck. I'm stopping this. You're not exceeding. You're not synchroing. You're not helping yourself at all. Thunder King's going to take care of this, and he's going to put a light in the graveyard. Yeah, Monster Upstart Goblin. Why wouldn't I side this? It's searchable through Sangan. The only reason I don't main deck it is I'm not positive about how the format goes right now. If I see a lot of decks taking off that do special summon, I will. But the idea that gadgets are going to go slow, Gravekeepers are going to go slow, and any deck can go slow the second they see him, I'm going to wait on main decking him until I see more explosive decks. But at worst, he is a trigger to Monster Reborn for an Upstart Goblin within the deck count. So I like that. Compulsive Act Device clears out whatever. So I side out the bottomlesses for this when I see that they're not going to do too much backdoor destruction, or when I feel that there's going to be a problem with them putting out a large monster. These are great against X-Sabers and Gladiator Beasts. The bottomless stay in against Gladiator Beasts. I change a few things around for them, but these see play pretty consistently in my side deck. They go into the main deck almost every game. Banisher of the Radiance. Like I said, I side deck them. This guy, 1600 attack, target for Black Garden, level 3, light monster. He's just destructive, this format. They can't get a monster in yard to use Judgment Dragon, Dark Arm Dragon, Master Hyperion. They're not going to do anything to you. You're just going to shut them down and make them cry. You hurt yourself a little bit, but with the control aspect that you have going, you should be okay. Again, I'd like to see the Deep Prisons before I can afford to put these in the main deck. This is where I got really weirded out. It helped me a couple of games of St. Louis. I had these sitting in my binder. I was like, I don't like these. I'm going to get rid of them if I don't play them. And I need to play them because they're good, so I'll side deck my Tengus. And they were just, it came in a couple of games. Hey, I got a Tengu, and it's Tengu into a Tengu. One game, I actually 2-0'd a guy game 1 at St. Louis. regional, and you'll see the amazing, ridiculous setup that I had in a little bit here. I side deck this guy at the start of every format. I feel is perfect. It's a changing prohibition that has a body, and it comes into play later on with him. I'm going to set him up here. I'm going to set these down here because they have something in common with me playing a Chaos variant deck that is very helpful. They are wins, so I figure, hey, I will side deck Dark Simorgh. I don't want to see that Paul Cooper. He goes to our local. I just like messing with him. And first turn Dark Simorgh to Paul is just annoying. I've done it to him twice now. Try it. It's fun. But Dark Simorgh, they can't set. So they can't Book of Moon your monsters. They can't set to contact fuse. You're forcing them to summon. They don't have their traps. They don't have any quick play spells that they need to wait a turn on. They are waiting to do anything until they can clear this guy off the field, which is hard because once they put him in the graveyard, you can remove the guys from hand. And my setup, I opened up with a Tengu and a way to get Plague, and I destroyed a guy with X-Sabers with the first turn, Brionic, Tengu, Dark Simorgh, Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer. I mean, I tore the guy a new one. It was fun. Extra deck, Summon the Cyber Dragons. Chimera deck Fortress Dragon is a must. So you see that random gadget deck. You don't want to be the guy who's like, I just don't play it. You want to say, hey, I made the space, it's happening, I'm not getting screwed over for this. And it helped out in game 2. I was playing against a guy who had Stardust Catastor. I was able to book, swing over Stardust with Cyber Dragon, and then make Fortress Dragon with their Cyber Dragon that they had on table. Or my Cyber Dragon and their Catastor. Hyper Librarian, just a good level 5 monster, 2400 attack. There's still synchroing around, so no reason not to play him. Catastor, obviously he's Catastor. He's level 5. He's going to eat things. Veiler plus 1 of my level 4s. Plague plus 1 of my level 3s. Why wouldn't I? The level 6s. Plague plus my level 4s. Since Plague is spammable, I needed an extra level 4 other than Browning to play. I feel that this is more versatile than Gaia Knight, since every deck should come with Piercing for that random Spirit Reaper, the random Marshmelon, the Jellin Duo, whatever you see that you want to take care of. This will deal piercing damage and get gradually bigger, dealing more damage and making him more difficult to overcome. So, I'm a fan for Quasis. Brionic, obviously, you're not an extra deck complete without Brionic. Clear out everything. Black Rose Dragon, same with Brionic. It's not seeing much play in this deck, but God, I'd hate to be that one case that I needed it. It didn't happen. With Mind Control running rampant, Book of Moon being around, you've got Compulsive Evacuation Device, Dimensional Prisons, Magic Cylinder. I've been noticing a lot of people are trying out. There's just a lot of different spell and trap cards that are coming in that I feel Thought Ruler is going to come back a little bit. He's supposed to be in the next Dual Terminal or two as a super rare, which is going to be amazing. But right now I've just got my pretty unlimited ultimate. He's still good. Scrap Dragon. I feel he's going to be in the tins, but still a good card. Comes in, clears out some cards, deals some damage, can turn a game around if you play it right. Stardust Dragon. Obviously, he's Stardust frickin' Dragon. He's going to come in, be helpful, clear field, stop your opponent from Dark Holing, Heavy Storming, MSTing. He is an answer to whatever you have as a question. Trishula, hi. I'm now removing you from the game as I proceed to win, because that's Trishula's text as far as anybody who faces it is concerned. That's pretty. Sorry guys, I said first deck profile, getting to this YouTube thing, so I'm liking these shininess as I'm watching it in the camera here. It's a bad camera, but still. Levier, I feel the best card out of the last set. It's just so good. You go Tour Guide into Tour Guide, take away a Tour Guide. So you basically, I normal summon an 1800 monster, plus whatever I could from your pile or mine, this level 4 or lower. So High Kaiku, High Thunder King, High Sacred Crane, High Plague Spreader Zombie, hello Sangan, hello Effect Veiler. What did I feel like having? This guy's giving it to me, and he's offering a body to go with it. He's a win for that awesome Dark Simorgh guy side deck, which I feel is just opening up more options for a straight Dark Simorgh deck, seeing that there are wins that can make the Tengu already just opened up options when he was printed. People were trying it, and now it's getting better and better. Leviathan Dragon, because your tour guide might want to get over something one day, and Levier's just not going to do it. You need to get a monster in the yard really quick. Well, this guy will do it. Put a tour guide in the yard. You got a quick dark in there. You got a 25 beater to accompany whatever Chaos Sorcerer or Blackluster Soldier you dropped. Utopia. He's ridiculous. He's 2500. negates 2 attacks, and he's a light monster. So I had Armageddon Knight, Sacred Crane, or I had Armageddon Knight, Summoner Monk. I couldn't get Crane to yard because I drew him. Well, what am I going to do? I'm going to make Utopia. And I'm going to negate your stuff, and I'm going to let him die. Because there's my BLS, there's my Chaos Sorcerer. Here's a 2500 body that makes my Kaiku well protected. Again, drop a Dark Arm Dragon. Attack my Utopia. I'll negate it. You can't pop these guys. They're causing you problems. They're making it difficult for anything. Your Lumina attacks my Kaiku. I know you're not letting me remove 2 Lightsworns. I'm negating that. There's an Honest. I'll wait until I have a Book of Moon. So, just the idea of that. Even, I'll attack and drop my Honest first, because he is a light monster. So, that is my first deck profile. Thanks for bearing with me through that. Basically, again, a Black Garden variant playing Sacred Crane, and BLS for a kind of control aspect on Chaos. Post any comments, rate, fix it, offer suggestions or advice. Check out my trade video, and I have a eBay page that I will be linking up here eventually. This is me. Have a good night.